Alright, hello everybody. I just played a week-long 9-round tournament over the board. 90 minutes plus 30 minutes after 40 moves, 30-second increment, so long time control. Finished yesterday. I'm not gonna spoil the score yet, but this is my first round game. I was black against 1848 rated opponent. I've played him before, and I kinda knew he goes this way, e4. I went with the Caro-Kann, and we go d5, and then the exchange variation, e takes d5, c takes d5. Here, I knew he plays either Panov or the proper exchange variation, bishop d3 stuff, etc., etc. This time, we got the Panov version. It's gonna be a livelier game. I went and defended my pawn. They put more pressure on it, but I can play knight c6, so solid development here. It's gonna probably end up as an IQB unless white plays some c5 stuff here, but here they should play something else like bishop g5 or knight f3 or something. Because the way they played is a bit dodgy. Like this plan is normal after knight f3s and something. Like take bishop here. But if you do it instantly, like in the game, the problem is that this is not defended well enough yet. I can retreat here. Bishop e6 might be even better way to go than this one, but this is at least black's already equalized. Hit. Only way to not lose the pawn is to go and pin my knight. They can apparently just go here, and there is some, either way I take here, there is some funny business around, like if I take here, there, around this part of town. And this might be actually playable for white. But during the game, I thought like the only way to go about it is to pin the knight. But the problem is that the bishop is a goner. Of course, pawns, not so great. Also, you are not like, the bishop is not escaping anywhere. So here you could do some setting up moves and hope that they take, and you don't have to waste the time with a6. But it's probably not so easy to force the things without pushing the a6 eventually. But yeah, I get the bishop pair. There's a weak pawn, Whose pawn structure is worse? I'm claiming white's, but they can claim it's mine. It's probably very even Steven. Anyways, they go knight f3. And here I had a long think. I wanted to, I didn't know what to do about h3 here. This is of course normal, the bishop g4, come pin the knight. But well, here I have the safe way taking. Give up the bishop pair instantly, which of course I don't really want to do. But I thought like take, knight d5 is gonna be fair game. Apparently, during the game I was thinking mostly about like if they take, which they probably shouldn't, because it makes it easier for black, but I was considering this to be really good for black. Castles e6. But this is not true. Computer points out that this is very unpleasant actually for black, because how do you get castled now? Can't really move the bishop or that this drops, or if you push the pawn, then this is unpleasant, and queen trades are probably gonna be replied with the bishop here, and it's a very, very annoying, not so easy to untangle here. White returns actually better according to the computer. I don't know if I would have figured this out, that this is much better to take with the queen, and then if we get to queens off, then it's only black who can be better in this position. We definitely have a better pawn structure now with them. 3 pawn islands for white. We only have 2. Of course, they have the extra pawn on the queen side that might be relevant somehow, but like they have potential to make a passer there, but I don't think it's gonna be very problematic, and the big point is that dark squared pawn isolated, dark squared bishop, dark squared bishop. I can maybe pressure this guy here. It's probably not enough to actually claim a huge advantage, but you can squeeze and squeeze these endgames. But I was, well, of course you would like to retain the bishop and not take here, but this was worrisome to me. Like chase me around, hit here, hit here. Computer says that I should sack this, but if you follow the computer lines, those are not at all obvious how the compensation is actually, or where the compensation actually is. So during the game, I was probably gonna play this one, or I was thinking of this. And then I don't know, like h4. Like maybe I can play f6, and since they, well, let's say they take, I can probably live on the light squares because they don't have the light square bishop, but fine. Maybe I can play knight here, and if they do this, we can maybe chop and bring the bishop here. But since it's not super solid in a way either, so I don't know about it. It looks a little weird. Well, this was worrisome to me. So if h3 happened, I would probably chop and play knight d5 here and play that endgame. Not sure which way I would have taken, like with the pawn or the queen. Because during the game I didn't see this potential on the g7 being so harmful. Anyways, in a game, they did kind of give me a break and castled. No pressure here. And then another kind of a passive move, just defending the IQP. Usually when this starts to happen, you know you are doing fine against IQP. Of course, it's not pure IQP position in a way that I do also have my weak pawns. But this is not putting any pressure on me. So I get to arrange my stuff, get developed and castle, which is nice. Not that I could come up with what's the really problematic way to play around here, like you can't really come queen a4 to put pressure here or something. I don't know, maybe you still should have just break the pin and force me to do something with the bishop, and then at least you get here if I take. Anyhow, rook c1. That's of course putting pressure here, indirectly still, but for the future. But now I'm like solid. We have the bishops, we have a target, they have a target. It's a game. We have an annoying pin here. Here they should do something like h3 or rook e1, just keep on developing. This is a bit dodgy what they did. Knight d4. Because I have queen d5, not only I defend this, but I put pressure here, and now it's very annoying because I'm definitely gonna wreck your pawn structure. You can't really go back anymore. Like if you go back here, I go here, and then this is pretty forced. At least I got to give you another weakness. A knight here is not gonna work out because I get to beat these pawns, and if you take here, we can take this and defend the knight backwards here. Anyways, they played queen d3 to defend this, but then I can take here and wreck the pawns, which is what I did in a game. Computer points out this would even be better somehow, but it's a bit murky. Well, I did this, I thought this is natural, especially with the continuation I saw that I can follow up with f5. And then this knight has not so great squares. Like if you go here, I'll chop the pawn. If you go here, there is a fork. If you go here, well, don't do this and get mated. Not so great, but you can follow up with the rook here, and then white is in huge trouble. He's gonna lose the knight. No worries there. And the other, even knight d2 traps the bishop here, so no good. In a game he went here. And, well, I took here. Sorry, no. This is hanging, so I have to take here first. They took with the rook with the first because the queen is pinned to the pawn, can't use the pawn. And then I took my pawn. And now I have all kind of ideas to attack, and this is also an attack idea here. And here they played queen b3, which apparently loses straight up. And it did lose very quickly. Queen d1 is the best defense here. Instantly put some pressure here. And then block my pawn movement here. And if I do this, you're in time to come defend this nonsense here. And this is the toughest defense. For black might be better, but I'm up a pawn, but this pawn is kind of going here, and it's a bit annoying. White survives. Bishop is actually kind of monstrous on e5 all here. I don't know how to defend this. Like, do I have to play something humble like this one? Ew. Queen d1 would have been a good defense. They went here with ideas that they go here and the queen is now defended to f4 is not a problem. Okay, here I was kind of lazy. I did calculate this a little bit while, but I didn't really see this correctly. I thought like I'm threatening mate here. They play rook fc1, for instance. Make some room for the king. Put pressure here. If I go here, maybe they can go there, and there is this queen defense here. Well, it's not, because I can just take and win the piece here. No worries here. This is a corner. I mean, okay, if he takes here, I can of course take it. But let's say here, h4, h6 here, I can save my knight first and then pick up the piece here, and we're fine. Winning for sure. But this is also good enough. I don't have to leave the knight hanging here or anything. We still have the same ideas, and the knight is pretty good, well placed on there. Here it's pretty hopeless for white. They took here with the idea that if I am too fast here with my attack, they actually save the game by check, defending the rook. And then pick up this one, and the queen is perfect here, defending this and that, and I'm up nothing here. And white is actually quite decently active suddenly. If I go here, there is problems on the back rank. Not so good. But I quickly noticed that, oh, I can do a little triangulation. Not really a triangulation, but it is kind of a triangle move here. I can check and check. And well, if you play f3, I can take here with this piece for free. So you kind of have to go here. But then I can take here. And now we defended this with our little check thingy. So there's no counterplay there. I'm hitting the rook. I'm threatening mate. I'm hitting the rook. It's pretty done, so. And my opponent resigned here. So first round game, not perfect, but pretty decent for me. Sometimes the first round games have been very nervous and horrible experiences, so definitely happy to start with especially with the black pieces, quite decent performance, even though I was definitely a little bit lazy calculator at some points. But I don't like this, not going to these things and just playing a easy move, and we have the same advantages still left. It's a good practical decision, at least, even though I admit a bit lazy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Next round, next time. Ciao.